Okay, scary one that's been in for a while, banning orders. You can now officially be banned as a landlord. I just love it, like banned from driving. Yeah, you can now be banned as a landlord. So you've worked really hard, you've built your portfolio, you've got all these lovely properties, and the government can just come along and say, I think you're too naughty, Mr. Ryan, and we're going to ban you for 12 months, okay? So please be aware of this. There has been some landlords that have been banned. Let's put this out there. So enforcement question. It's not being enforced as much as it should, but there have been landlords that are banned and there have been agents that are banned. So agents are also, liable for banning, which I think is a good thing, because if an agent is rogue, they should be banned. Likewise, I'm sorry, if a landlord is rogue, so should they. You can be banned for many reasons. You can be banned if you are found guilty of housing offences. Now, housing offences means what? It's two words. But housing offences basically means if you breach any of the 170 pieces of legislation that you have to comply with. I can guarantee you, bet my life on it, that not one person in here can name 170 pieces of legislation, myself included, and I'm the legal guru who loves it. I cannot name 170 pieces, but that is the amount of legislation pieces that we have to comply with. And guess what? They all fall under housing offences or immigration offences, or serious criminal offences, because gas certs and non-licensable HMOs and immigration checks, they're all criminal offences. You can go to jail. Mr. Landlord, you can go to jail for being a landlord. Come on. And offences involving a managed property. Now, the ban, if you are banned, or if I'm banned, or if anybody's banned, will be for a minimum of 12 months, depending, of course, on the severity. In cases of, let's look back at Grenfell, if that was privately owned, let's be honest, whoever owned that building, I'm telling you now, would be in prison. That is a fact. They would be in prison. So if we, as a private rented sector landlord, had a scenario where something like that happened, okay, it was a huge grand scale, it was a high-rise block of flats. But if we had a death in our property due to the fact that we didn't keep it safe and compliant, the chances are you will be banned for life, not just 12 months. And you probably will be in prison, so it wouldn't really matter that you were banned, because you'd need an agent anyway, unless your bank account was in Her Majesty's prison. So the rogue agent landlord database is an absolutely great idea if they make it public. At the moment, they're still saying that it's not. It's only DCLG, which is the Department of Community Local Government, which is just the government, can have a look, local authorities, and the deposit schemes. It's bizarre, because if you're a landlord and you're going to use me as an agent, should you be able to check first and foremost that I am allowed to operate as an agent? Of course you should. And if you're a landlord, shouldn't I be able to check that I want to work with you? Because you might be the slummiest landlord ever, and I actually don't want you on my books. So the thought process behind it is fantastic. Unfortunately, like everything in the government, the implementation isn't so great. But it is something for you guys to consider, because, as I say, they're clamping down, they're clamping down, they're clamping down. They have more power.